This is a story about four friends. Well, actually, they did have another friend, and sadly, this other friend spent a lot of his time just lying down on a mat because, well, his legs, which ordinarily should work and bend, were not able to. His legs were what we call paralysed. So he had to spend a lot of time lying down. And if he wanted to go anywhere, well, his friends would carry him. They would carry his mat, maybe, all of them working together to help him as best they could. But they had heard that Jesus was healing people, and they really, really wanted to take their friend to meet Jesus. And they'd heard that he was in the village of Capernaum, so they took their friend, carrying him, and they found the house where Jesus was. I mean, it was easy to find the house because so many people were crowding round, trying to hear him, trying to see him. They went to the front door, but there were so many people there. There was no way they could get in. There wasn't room. What were they going to do? How were they going to get their friend to meet Jesus? They maybe found a window and looked in, but they could see him and they could hear him, but all the crowds meant there wasn't a way that they could get to him. But then they noticed something. They noticed that there were steps up the side of the house. So carefully they took their friend on his mat all the way to the top, and they were on the roof. Now the roofs are flat, not like some of our roofs, and they maybe sat there for a bit wondering, maybe listening if they could hear, but they couldn't see. So they just began to make a small hole in the roof. They could see Jesus. They made the hole a little bit bigger and bigger and bigger, big enough so that now actually they could lower their friend down on ropes so that he was lying on the floor of the house, right in front of Jesus. Now everyone could see him. Jesus looked at him and knew exactly what was needed. And he said to the man, "Everything you've ever done, every sin is washed away and forgiven." And the man must have thought about that and thought, "I don't know what you mean." And the people heard him say that, and some of them were annoyed. How could Jesus say that? And then Jesus said to the man, "Get up, take up your mat and walk." And the man heard what Jesus said, and he got up. And he picked up his mat, and do you know, his legs were working. He could bend them. He could walk. And he walked out of that house, completely made well. And maybe he met his friends, and they were so excited and delighted. They believed that Jesus would heal, and here he had done it. And maybe even they ran home because Jesus had transformed his life. He had healed him and made him whole.